Viewers all over the world, wherever you are watching us from, this is Society in Focus, a weekly enlightenment program on Unity Star TV Africa. And on today's edition of the program, we are going to take a look at fire disaster management in Nigeria. My guest on the program today is the station commander of Federal Fire Service, Nyanya. As it is common with us on Unity Star TV Africa. You're welcome to Unity Star TV Africa, sir.
Thank you.
Please tell the viewers your name, sir, and your designation, sir.
Yes, I am SCSF, the station commander, Federal Fire Service Nigeria Station.
Thank you, sir.
You are welcome.
How is the environment? How is
We,
everything
we
going?
really appreciate. We really appreciate.
Thank you, sir. In recent time, one of the most common accident that we have recently, especially in the year 2025, is a fire accident.
Yeah.
From your training and experience, what are the common causes of a fire accident, both domestic and outside?
So I appreciate, which is your first question. You, Let me just define what fire is all about. Fire is a chemical reaction that involves two or more substances with oxygen, which heat and light are involved. This fire has three elements. In the absence of one element, the fire will not initiate, the fire will not occur. We have the oxygen, the heat, and then the fuel. These are the three elements of fire. If you allow them come together, definitely you must experience fire. Yes, the causes of fire accident in residential areas, that is professionally, when you say it's a domestic, we call it residential fire.
Areas.
Yes. Yes, the common one is an electrical fire, which is very, very common. Yes, electrical fire. Under that electrical fire, you see the socket here. The overloading of electrical sockets is a very dangerous element that causes fire. Most of our people here don't know this socket that you are seeing doesn't. This is a plastic that can easily conceive heat, and when heat comes in, definitely the oxygen is in the air. You will definitely experience fire that very day. So we have to be very careful the way we use our socket at home. The second one is the faulty electrical appliances, like malfunctioning of switches. Look at them here. Can easily strike fire. Yes. So we have to be checking all these things. They are very, very important. Most of our fires these days, when you go, you discover what is the cause of the fire? Electrical. What is the cause of the fire? Electrical. Even yourself, as a professional firefighter, when you go, you know that this is an electrical fire. Yes, you know it. Not that there is no need of asking the occupant. When you go, you see the naked wires are connected all over. Your own is to advise them. You advise them when you see, like the one that we went yesterday. They use China wire for wiring. Electric cooker, irons are loaded on that China wire, which is the China wire is like paper. Somebody is using for wiring. So I call his attention. You see, this is the cause of this thing. You use China wire for wiring. Look at how flexible the wire is. What do you expect? And people are using it for electric cooker, iron, and the rest.
So it will be overloaded and the
Over,
fire will result.
even if it's not overloaded, this electric cooker alone, the China wire cannot carry. The China wire cannot carry. Then we have improper electrical connections. It's common among we Nigerians. We make unnecessary connections. You see naked wire on ground. It's illegal connections. What do you expect from all these things? What do you expect? The person that you gave him that illegal connection, you don't know what he's using in his house. And the wires are naked on ground. When water touches it, it becomes another different thing. So all this. Then we have the fourth one, the same electrical, the use of low quality electrical materials that I've earlier mentioned. If somebody would be using substandard materials for wiring, which is very hazardous to your homes. Very, very hazardous. You are inviting something different to happen to your house. Then the last one on that electrical, the defective electrical wiring. The defective electrical wiring. You know the way we do our things. Somebody will just go on the flame, put unnecessary wires, naked wires. I experienced it in the house I stay. So when I had problem with my light, I called electrician. Please get to the sling. When he got up there, saw naked wires on foil. On foil. You know this this wood that we use in roofing, we call it foil professionally because it's one of the agents of things that causes fire. So we call it foil. You see, naked wires are on the wood. The man came down, says, "Oga, this I had to do another wiring."
All together in the house.
Yes, all together because I need to cook and I will use electrical cooker to cook. I need to iron my uniform. I brought everything down to make. So defective electrical wiring is another problem.
All right, thank you very much. Having heard all of these ones, what can an individual do to prevent fire accident in residential areas?
You have to. The only thing that you do to separate them, these three elements of fire, you have to separate them. Don't allow these three elements comes together. Once you allow them, you are inviting. But when you separate them, don't allow three of them comes together.
Throw more lights, huh?
Yes, which is the heat. I mean the oxygen, the heat, and then the foil. If these two elements, in the absence of one, there will be no fire. When I come to the classes of fire, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, if you remove foil from oxygen and heat, there will be no fire. There will be no fire. So to prevent this thing, you have to separate these three elements of fire. Don't allow three of them comes together. You are preventing the fire.
To an ordinary person, I mean maybe a layman in the village, how will this person understand which one is heat, which one is oxygen, which one is fuel?
Everybody knows oxygen. Fuel, when we are talking of this fuel, is this free burning materials. Okay. That is why I say when we come to the classes of fire, you know what I'm talking about.
What are the classes of fire?
Okay. Professionally, we call it classes of fire. We have class A, fire, we have class B, fire, we have class C, fire, and we have class D, fire. And they have their own extinguishing agent. You cannot use what you extinguish fire A on fire B. It will not work. Yes, we know.
So each of the classes A, B, C, D,
yes, they
have different extinguisher for the type of fire.
Yes. Okay. We have class A. Class A fire is a solid free burning materials, which is the ordinary the ordinary materials, the ordinary burning materials, such as we have the papers, we have the cloths, the wood, and the leathers. These are things that are commonly found within our environment. Yes. So the extinguishing agent of this class A fire is water. There's nothing you can. The water there that you are applying on that fire, class A fire, is removing heat from the fire. And once that heat is removed from that fire, the fire is off. The fire is off. So that is what okay, well, don't worry.
Okay, that is for class A.
Yes, that is for class A. The extinguishing agent is water.
Okay.
Yes, when you use water on class A fire, water is there to remove the heat. Once the heat is removed from that class fire A, the fire goes off. Then we have class B, which is the flammable and inflammable materials, such as the kerosene, the petrol,
diesel.
No, I'm coming for that one, not diesel.
Okay.
The cooking oils, the fats. All this.
Sorry, sir, can you take them again? Kerosene,
petrol,
cooking oil.
Yes, and then the fats.
Fats. Okay.
Yes. These are class B fire. And the extinguishing agent of this class B fire is what we call chemical form. Is chemical form. Is there in our appliance. Once we are going for this type of fire, the chemical will there in the tank. It has a separate tank. The water has separate tank. So if we discover that this is a kerosene fire, this is a petrol fire, so there's a method of mixing it. Is there. It has its own chamber on the appliance there, the water there. So once they call for this class of fire, there is a machine that when they touch, there is a pin that when they touch, they will mix themselves, the water and the foam, the chemical form. The chemical form there will remove oxygen from the fire. Then the fire goes off. The chemical form that we use in class B fire will remove the oxygen and the fire goes off.
The first one, water remove heat.
Yes.
The second one, the foam removes oxygen.
Yes, and the fire goes off. I believe you are now getting the element of, and then yes, when you relate it to the element of fire that I said.
I'm getting
yes.
it now.
Then fire C is a gaseous materials. Gaseous materials such as the CNG, the LPG, the CNG, ones that happen here.
At Nyanya,
yes. These are the classes. Then we use in that class C fire, the extinguishing agent of this is carbon dioxide. Yes, CO2. We call it CO2. We use CO2 in extinguishing the class C fire, which also removes the oxygen from the fire, and the fire goes off. Yes, CO2. Then we have the last one, the class D fire, which involves the mental materials such as the zinc, the aluminium, and the rest. Then the extinguishing agent of this class D fire is what we call dry chemical powder, DCP, known as the multipurpose extinguisher, because it extinguishes all classes of fire. Yes, all classes of fires.
All right. So let me get something clear. If, for instance, there's a fire resulting from class B, where you have kerosene,
Yes, petrol.
petrol, and fat, and
Yes.
oil,
Yes.
and you pour water.
The more you are putting that water, the more the fire will be escalating. Yes, you cannot use class B, I mean class A extinguishing agent on class B fire. Once you are putting that fire on kerosene
Once
fire,
you put water
water
on
on a kerosene fire, you are causing more harm.
it will be, the fire will still escalate.
Escalating more, as if you pour another kerosene to it. So the only extinguishing agent is the chemical form. So
All right.
that
In an emergency of fire where there's a fire outbreak, how can an individual contact the fire service? Do you have any number,
yes,
any short code with which
yes,
the fire service can be contacted?
yes, we have our. It's there on our lines, which is we have an emergency numbers, which is 112 and 122. These are our emergency. Then the one that the control room, even when you call now, if you call now, somebody must answer you at the headquarters. It's 08032003557.
Okay, now let me get this one clear. The first code, that is that short one.
Yes.
It's
That is an emergency, general emergency.
general emergency.
If you call now, either the police will pick and then relate to the fire service itself will pick.
Okay, but this second one you call is directly
Yes,
to the fire
this-
service
yes,
headquarters.
this
Please, can you repeat the number 11 so that people
Okay.
watching
Okay,
can
080
okay,
32
okay.
003557.
Thank you very much. That means if once you call this one, it goes directly
Direct to
to the fire
yes.
service.
Then the headquarters there, the control room at the headquarters will call the nearest station. When you call, first you call, you tell them why you are calling them. If you are calling them for emergency, you introduce your name. After introducing your name, the location address. Yes. The location address, you give them. The house number, you give them. The popular landmark of that area, you give them. The street name, you give them. All these are very important. If you do not give them all these things, it means you are confusing the operational men that are
So that you don't go and
emergency.
start
Yes.
speaking long
Yes.
English. Just call directly.
Yes. At
Give
times-
them this
yes,
information.
At times, the audience, the clients, will give wrong information. You see, the operational men will be moving around, searching for the location of the incident. And when they reach that late, you see the mob will be attacking them. Say, we call you since, is it now that you're coming? But they don't know that the fault is from the person that called them. He gave them wrong address.
All right. Apart from the equipment of the fire service, as an individual, what are the equipment that one is expected to have either at home or in the office in case to provide first aid before the arrival of fire service?
That's a very nice question. We have, first aid fire gadgets that you can keep them at home for your own personal use to defend your family from getting involved in a fire incident. We have portable fire extinguisher. We have automatic sprinkler system. That one is in form of water. You install it. When there is fire, it will just open by itself. Then we have fire blanket. Then fire alarm system and dictators. If you are living in a big house or let me just say big company, we have what you have to install the fire hose reels. Fire hose reel. You see it in form of
one big cycle.
yes,
that will be hanging on the wall.
yes, with
red
a
color.
hose. That is what we call the hose. you install them. Then fire hydrants, where you can get water easily. Then we have emergency lightning. When there's an emergency, you see light will be signaling you. Yes, very soon. Then you provide access to the fire service. Then also water for the firefighting whenever there's an emergency around your area.
All right. Finally, before we bring this discussion to an end, in a house where you have children, you have the wife and members of the family, what are the basic education that one should, give to the family against fire accident prevention and other precautionary measures?
Okay, we have our yes, we have books that you read. You can go to our website. Yes, we can go to our website, or we have fire drill that we normally do here. All these we have simulation exercises that you can send your child or educate them on it.
All right. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you, and we'll be coming time to time to get more enlightenment. The next major thing that we're going to talk about in our next discussion when we shall come visiting is accident related to car on the road. But that is going to be in the next episode, because about 3 or 4 days back, I was driving in from the town, and a car about 200 or 100 meters ahead of me just exploded, boom, and caught fire. We stood there watching. Nobody could do anything until the fire burned to ashes. The car burned to ashes. So on the next episode, we're going to talk about accident related to road and things like that. It's a pleasure having you.
Yes,
thank you very much for your time and education. I think I've really learned enough. Ordinarily, when a gas cylinder CNG begin to catch fire, I was thinking that the next thing to do is to look for water. And thank you very much for giving us
more harm.
Who are educated.
Yes,
thank you for educating us. Viewers, here we'll draw the curtain on the program today, and with me on the program is the station commander, Federal Fire Service, Nyanya Fire Station. Thank you for your time, and hope to see you again on another edition of the program. My name is Alhaji Ilyasu Onechojo from the station of Unity Star TV Africa, your #1 internet station. Thank you.
At USTV Africa, confirm news, culture and entertainment, the latest information, all at USTV Africa. Your #1 internet station, USTV Africa. From East Africa to South Africa, USTV Africa. From North Africa to West Africa, USTV Africa. USTV Africa, voice of the new Africa. Uhuru Africa.